Trump derangement syndrome is absolutely a thing. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And you still, even politicians have that. I mean, you look at Hillary Clinton. What the funniest thing is, she's now saying that for the whole time the 2016 election was rigged. It was all, Russia, Russia, Russia. And now, there's some evidence that the 2020 election had some issues. And now it's like, well, no, we have to go with what the election was. Biden won, and that's who. You can't make it up with these people. It works one way for them, and then it doesn't the other. And you would think that Trump was on the same level as like Kim Jong-un, right? Like, he's killing his citizens. He's starving his citizens. He's, a terrible leader. I mean, none of that happened, right? I mean, African Americans didn't get worse under Trump. Women didn't get worse under Trump. I mean, am I saying that correctly? I mean, that's what it feels like when you just look at basic data. But these people seem like, women did lose jobs. African Americans were back to like the 1960s where they couldn't go play. I mean, it just is not the case.
Right. I mean, in fact, under the Trump economic boom, women, Blacks, and Hispanics saw the lowest unemployment rate that they had had in decades. And, I think that that's kind of a narrative that isn't really told a lot in the mainstream media, but you're exactly correct. Trump had a lot of support from groups that weren't traditional Republican groups necessarily. I think he, in many ways, kind of engaged people in politics who had been on the sidelines, who had not really cared. And he really built a big coalition of support. And, I think that even when we look at Biden right now, a poll came out just the other day that he is the most unpopular with Hispanics of any group in America. And I think that, I'm Hispanic, and I think that that's really, really telling, right? Because we were told for so long, Trump, hates Hispanic immigrants. He wants them in jail. He calls them rapists, whatever. But in fact, Hispanics saw so much economic growth under President Trump. Their approval ratings for that government were higher than for Biden at this point in the administration. So I really do think you're right. I think that there's a narrative that they don't want us to point out, but it's definitely there. And I think that it hasn't gone away necessarily. I think people yearn for the Trump economy again. And I think they yearn for, how America was seen as a beacon of strength when Trump was president. Now we've got crazy stuff going on with Ukraine and with Russia, right? So I do think that, like you said, there is a chance for us to build kind of a big tent and a big coalition of support for the conservative message.